Today, our panelists and moderator bring immense expertise and expressive skill to our program. Each works to make sense of the human condition and can help us understand how chemical sources of relief can sometimes be the source of more intense suffering than the pain those chemicals seek to cure. Now, when you're introducing people you admire, and I admire this group very much, it's customary to talk about how the speakers have more than one string to their bow. But when it comes to this group, each one is less like a bow and arrow, sort of singular function, than like a harp with strings of many, many octaves. They bring to us scholarship and sensitivity, narrative and knowledge, expertise and experience, and we're very honored to have them. We have a poet and physician who can help us see how beauty and craft can transform our responses to pain. We have a philosopher who brings her immense her immense analytic capacities to help patients and their doctors resolve conundrums in medical ethics. We have people with immense experience at high levels and crossover levels in the government response to addiction. We have an expert not only in addiction, but in the narratives, both of recovery and of crisis. Each is the master of many stories, capable of bringing us to see the individual human in the humanities. And I'm very much looking forward to the panel. Now, just individually, a few brief words. Our moderator, Richard Saitz, is one of BU's own faculty. Richard is a professor at the Boston University Schools of Medicine and Public Health, and he's chair of the Department of Community Health Service at the BU School of Public Health. He's chaired the Treatment and Services Review Committee for the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. He's the author of hundreds of peer-reviewed articles, and his expertise is in integrating care for substance abuse into general health setting. Many awards, including Distinguished Scientist R. Brinkley Smithers Award and the Research Society and Alcoholism Distinguished Researcher. Michael Botticelli is Executive Director of the Graken Center for Addiction at Boston Medical Center and Distinguished Policy Scholar at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Prior to this, he was the Director of Amazingly. He directs the Arts and Humanities Initiatives Literature and Writing Program at Harvard Medical School. He's a recipient of a Guggenheim Fellowship, an honorary doctorate from Amherst, a Poetry Series Award, and a Lambda Literary Award. I love his new book's evocative title, Comfort Measures Only. Our next panelist, Chief Speechwriter for the City of Boston, Ian Cannon, has written about the stories of addiction and recovery in his wonderful book, The Saloon and the Mission. It explores the origin of those recovery stories and the role they've played in the larger American cultural landscape. He's also been editor of Points, the blog of the Drug and Alcohol History Society. Jessica Miller, philosopher and ethicist, is chair of philosophy and associate dean for faculty affairs and interdisciplinary programs at the University of Maine. Her research areas include clinical ethics, and she has a piece coming out about rural experience in clinical ethics, in narrative inquiry in bioethics, a valuable new volume. I welcome them and hope to hear more from them. I think we will all be delighted. Thank you very much.